beauty secret, how to turn back the clock for healthy and youthful skin. What we want to talk about today, the topic today is how does the limiting belief of not being enough fasten your aging process. I have myself today. She is an expert. Who is an expert talking about this topic today? Let me briefly introduce her to you, okay? So Marcel is a formal occupational therapist. She is a certified provider of heart map and emotional freedom intervention. She also is a founder of Rewriting Mind. She has been featured on Breakfast Television, and she is the author of the book, You Are Enough. So let's welcome Marcel to the show. Welcome, Marcel.
Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you for having me on the show.
You're my pleasure. So, since you are expert, talk about this topic, I would like to ask you this couple questions, okay? So this way, can you speak about how this not feeling worthy can actually make us age faster?
Yes, definitely. It's one of my passion topic to talk about as well. Christina, you know, I'm on this mission to impact 200 million lives, to come from this place of being enough. Yeah, being, you know, knowing your true worth, knowing your true value, and being tapped into our inner peace and joy. Because the moment we get into that, guess what? We're releasing hormones that help us stay younger. And all of us want that, right? We want to slow down the aging process. So thank you for that question, Christina, because I really would love to address, you know, when we think we're not enough, when we think somehow we are less than other people, we're not worthy, what ends up happening is without us knowing, our brain is actually finding these thoughts as a threat because you're feeling all these negative emotions, right? These negative emotions that we experience, like helpless, hopeless, you're feeling shame, you're feeling guilty, you're feeling somehow you're less, anxiety, fear, right? Sadness, depression, all of those emotions releases a chemical into our body. And all these emotions is what stresses our body out. And we all know how stress increases the aging process. And the way it works is you must be familiar with something called the autonomic nervous system. Is that something that rings a bell for you, Christina? If not, I would love to explain it to your
viewers. Could you please? Yeah, can you kind of explain to the audience what it does? Yes. What is?
Yes, of course. So the autonomic nervous system, we all have it, right? It's part of our nervous system that controls everything that happens automatically. So think of your aging. Think of your cell regenerating, healing, immune system, cardiovascular system, respiration, digestion, your sleep, all of that, right? It's done by autonomic nervous system. You don't control it. You don't have to do a thing. But it is affected by the way you think. It is affected by those negative emotions. Because this nervous system has two branches. One of the branch is called sympathetic branch, which is also, you probably heard of fight and flight response, right? When we all feel the threat, we get into that fight state, or we want to run away because we feel, oh, I just want to go into my room and just stay there, right? I don't want to come. Or worst case scenario, we freeze. The other branch is our restorative branch. It's the branch for healing. It's a branch for digestion, for sleep. Now, in a healthy body, our body works in harmony. Sorry, my hair just got stuck there. Our body works in harmony, right? So this sympathetic and parasympathetic, if it works in harmony, everything is good. Your immune system is great. Your aging process is great. Like it's not fast and aging, right? You're in a healthy state. You're even thinking clearly because it affects your brain. Now, what happens is when you start to feel oh, I'm not enough. You're looking at that mirror, you're looking at your face, you're looking at that wrinkles, and you're going, you know, I've aged so much. Now no one's gonna love me. I don't look beautiful enough. Guess what those thoughts are doing? Those thoughts are releasing chemicals that are not good for you. Those thoughts to your brain is a threat because the brain is going, oh my God, somehow this is an indication that I'm going to die soon, right? The brain doesn't know the difference between you're not really going to die. These are just thoughts. The brain doesn't know the difference. So suddenly the brain sees a threat because these negative emotions are what you're starting to feel because of the story you're forming in your head. The sympathetic branch, the tone of it increases. And then guess what happens? When this tone increases, your digestion issues you start to have health issues, your immune system falls down, right? You start to get cold all the time, or maybe you have something, like an autoimmune condition, cancer, inflammatory issues, all of that, because your body, the parasympathetic nervous system is weakened. The tone is not equal anymore. This has taken over. Now, what happens when sympathetic takes over? And most of us are chronically stressed out. Think of even COVID, as listening to COVID about what's happening, right? That's added stress where our body is going into anxiety. There's a threat. Any kind of perception of threat, even though it won't kill us. Well, I guess in COVID, there is that element of, yeah, it may cause death. But even if COVID wasn't there, when we are standing in front of a mirror and not feeling enough about ourselves, when we don't love ourselves fully, when we don't show self-compassion, when we haven't forgiven others or forgiven ourselves, when we don't know how to regulate our emotions, when we don't know how to go within and practice meditation, guess what is happening? We are up here with our tone, in the sympathetic tone, and we're releasing something called cortisol. Now, cortisol is a harmful chemical for you. It actually washes through your cells and it ages you. It prevents the cells from renewing itself, because this branch, this other part, the parasympathetic branch, is what you need for renewal. So today, Christina, what I love to do for your viewers is, I know many of us are really busy. I want to give them a 2-minute technique, literally takes 2 minutes, where they get to lower the cortisol, which also is lowering your sympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system, and increase the parasympathetic, which is the restorative. And the importance of that is when you lower cortisol levels in your body, a hormone called DHEA increases. And DHEA is so important, Christina, because it is our anti-aging hormone. So all the women watching this and they want to slow down the aging process, you literally want to learn how to be in states of joy, inner peace, happiness, how to walk knowing how powerful you are. Because the moment you embody those things, this DHEA hormone, these cortisol levels start to go down, DHEA levels go up, and anti-aging, you look young for a long time, right? That's what a lot of us want, right? And when you are full of joy and happiness, you can see those people look youthful, right? And that's what we all want. We want secret to youthfulness. And this is a secret. I'm going to share with everybody a 2-minute technique where we're going to use the power of our heart. So, Kristen, as you mentioned, I am a certified heart math practitioner. So what that is HeartMath is a nonprofit organization that does a lot of research around the heart. And what we are finding now, what research is finding now, is that a heart is not just a pumping organ. Your heart can help you with the anti-aging process. Your heart is very important in your regulation, on your emotional regulation. It sends so many signals to the brain. So just by doing this one simple technique, you harmonize everything. You bring yourself into harmony. And you'll be able to do that. Like today, you'll be able to see for yourself when you just do a 2-minute technique, how much calmer you start to feel, right? And I can share other ways of releasing positive hormones into your bloodstream so that way you can stay younger. So what would you like to do, Christina? Do you want me to show, do you want me to show your viewers?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's do it. I'm super excited about it. So heart math, this 2-minute technique, it's very much similar to meditation, but you don't need to set aside 30 minutes, though I do meditation. I teach people to connect with your inner child, things of that sort. But many of us these days don't have time to set aside 1 hour or 30 minutes. And for all you busy ladies, this is a perfect thing. So what I'm going to encourage is if someone hasn't done any kind of breathing before, they want to sit up nice and tall. So you want to sit up nice and tall and not compress, because when you compress something called your diaphragm, which is basically a balloon-like structure under your lungs, that expands when you breathe in. And when you sit in a slouched position, this diaphragm cannot expand. So I'm going to encourage all of the viewers who are watching right now to sit up nice and tall. Imagine there's a string pulling your cord up, pulling your spinal cord up nice and straight. And I'm going to get everyone to place their hand on their heart. So the heart center.
It doesn't matter left hand or right hand first.
No, I love to actually place both my hands because it feels like I'm giving myself a hug. But what this also does is when you're just putting that pressure, right? Just close your eyes and just feel that. What you're doing is you're releasing another amazing hormone that can help you increase the tone of the parasympathetic, that can help you feel love and kindness, all those wonderful feelings that keeps the tone of the parasympathetic high. You're releasing a hormone called oxytocin. So just by placing that hand on the heart, just feel it. You're just taking a moment to drop from all that busyness in the mind. We are all busy in our minds, right? So we're letting it all go. You're dropping into your heart. I'm just going to invite everyone to imagine their breath moving in through the heart and moving out through the heart. So you're just imagining your breath entering your heart, going all the way into your stomach and out through the heart. Now see if you can breathe a little slower and a little deeper than you usually breathe. Let's add a rhythm to this breathing. Let's breathe in for 5, breathe out for 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just bring to mind a memory you hold deeply or dearly. It could be a place you've been to that was beautiful, or it could be someone you love unconditionally, maybe a fur baby. And just allow yourself to feel in your heart gratitude for that place, for that person, for your pet. You're just feel the feelings of gratitude. See if you can feel the feelings of care, compassion, kindness, calmness, peace. Just feel it. Maybe you can even allow a smile to enter your face as you feel love, care, happiness, joy. Just feel it. And whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes. So usually I like to ask people to rate their stress before we do this technique and after, because this was just 2 minutes, right? I tell people, see this as a medication, because there's so much more information I can give, but this one is so powerful in preventing your body from getting diseases, from preventing yourself from getting mental or physical dis-ease, right? See this as a medication, like a vitamin you're taking. Doing this 2-minute technique 3 times a day. It is wonderful, so many benefits and signs. It helps us get into that harmony state. It helps you think clearly. It helps you, you can see how you're breathing deep into, you're taking in more oxygen, you're giving more nutrients to your blood vessels, to your cells, and releasing all those good hormones. Because when you were thinking of joy, peace, love, happiness, nothing around you changed, right? You just
Mm-hmm.
went to this place and you just felt these emotions, and you're releasing hormones like dopamine, serotonin, and these are all amazing hormones for your body. So think of you're taking a little shot of all these anti-aging hormones, right? Shot of happiness. That's what it is. You're doing a shot of happiness. And there are other techniques you can do. So this heart mat technique, it's called a quick coherence method. That's what it's called. But if you want to release more of these good hormones, because the more you can release all these positive hormones, the younger, right, your skin line starts to look, because you're not aging, you're halting the aging process. Aging happens when there's wear and tear. We all will age ultimately, but we don't have to speed in the aging process. We want
We
to
need to
take our
slow
time.
down. Slow down the
Exactly.
18%, not speed up.
Exactly. But when we experience stress, when we experience negative emotions, when we hate ourselves, when we don't accept ourselves, when we don't practice self love, when we haven't forgiven others, guess what we are doing? We are speeding up the process, right? We're
Yes.
speeding up the aging process. So powerful, powerful. Another amazing way you can start to release all these beautiful hormones like your DHEA and oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine is gratitude journal. Every morning, wake up, write down, what am I grateful for today? And just feel. The power is not just in the thought. The power is in the feeling as well. So always remember to feel it in your heart. Feel
Mm-hmm.
grateful, feel thankful. And for women, self love is so important, right? The more we
Yeah, it
hate
is.
ourselves, right? The more we hate ourselves, the more we're going to age, the more it shows on our faces. So, a simple technique, when you place that hand on your heart and you wake up in the morning, do that and just say to yourself, I love you, whatever your name is. So state your name, right? Just sending that love, all that love you feel, just feel it. So that's another technique. Connecting to your inner child, because we all have that inner child, which we won't have time for that, but that's a deep meditation. And Christina, what I can do is I run free meditations once a month. Meditations for self love,
Mm-hmm.
meditations for inner child, meditation for healing. And it's run once a month. It's run on Fridays. It's absolutely free. It's in the evenings at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if anyone wants to join, and any of your viewers want to join, I can pass on the link to you, and they just need to click on it and they can come join. Beautiful meditation. Slow down that aging process, right?
So we will, we will drop the link at the end of the show. Okay, after
Yes,
you finish
yes,
speaking.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes, I will share the link with you.
So for all those viewers, like those people that never have this kind of practice before, do you have any kind of recommendation and tip for them to stay calm and doing this kind of practice 3 times a day?
A tip for them?
Yeah. So like for those people never done this before, they
Yeah.
might not feel like they want to, but is there a way like any kind of tip you need to share to them and tell them some kind of thing need to do first when they just start?
Oh no, these tips that I shared with you are for beginners. So that 2-minute technique where all you're doing is literally placing a hand, you imagining your breath going in and out. And again, you're not doing 30 minutes, you're doing 2 minutes, right? And you
Yeah.
add a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all you're doing is imagining that beautiful place you've been to, or you can imagine your pet or your children, right? Anything that brings you gratitude, that feeling of gratitude. That's what you're imagining. If you don't even have to imagine, but you can feel the gratitude, go for it, right? What you're seeing is you hold the power to change your inner state. Because many a times we are so dependent on the external state, like sidetracking a little, as women sometimes, there are two reasons we beautify ourselves. One reason is for ourselves, where we're like, oh, I love beautifying myself. And that should be the correct reason why you're doing it, right? The other reason women do is because they want to hear compliments, because you're seeking that feeling of being enough. They're seeking someone else to make them feel valuable, worthy, powerful, right? So it's all about you giving it to yourself. Get those beauty treatments from a place of knowing how beautiful you already are, how valuable you already are. So that is one of the things I would invite women to start looking at. Hey, why am I doing this? Am I doing it because I feel somehow I'm not worth it and I want my partner, I want my friends, I want my husband to tell me I'm beautiful because I don't feel it? The journey should start with you, right? You want to feel beautiful. Radiate your beauty, because we're all beautiful. We're all beautiful in our own ways. We have our strengths. But, I wanted to share this, Christina. I actually had a client once, and she had a condition called body dysmorphia, which means she would look at the mirror, and what she would see is that her body was fat. So no matter how much weight she lost, how thin she got, she couldn't see that because her mind was stuck in this processing, because she was hurt as a little child. She was called fat when she was a little child. And she carried that belief, and she's skinny, she's thin, but she carried that belief, and she needed to heal from that childhood trauma. And the moment she healed that, the moment she let go, the moment she visited that inner child, the moment she gave that inner child the love, told it the truth that no, you're not, you're precious, you're valuable, you're beautiful. The moment she looked at the mirror after the journey of transformation, she could see herself for who she really was. And that happens to a lot of women. We look at the mirror, we might get all our treatments too, and for short periods of time, it makes us happy. But then those negative thoughts take over, that we're not beautiful, that we're not worthy, that we are not enough. And then we go into the aging process again, right? So let's beautify ourselves from a place of knowing how worth it we are, how valuable we are, and we're not doing it for other people, we're doing it for ourselves.
For ourselves.
For us.
Yeah,
Yes.
for ourselves.
For us. Yes, it's for
Right.
ourselves, because we know how beautiful we are, and we love to, beautify ourselves, right? It should be that place.
Yeah.
So, because I've been there, that I've written that in my book, actually. So, if anyone's interested, You Are Enough. This is a book I wrote. It was published last year. I talk about it because I was on that journey. I was looking for my partner to say how beautiful I was. I was looking for my friends to say, because I didn't feel it on the inside. Because when I was growing up as a little child, I was always compared. So for me, I had this natural tendency of comparison. And the problem with comparison with us women is there's always going to be somebody more talented, more beautiful, much wiser, much stronger, or whatever, right? There's always going to be somebody better.
You are not alone. You are not alone. All women, we are just like that. We always compare with others.
Exactly. So that's been my journey, but that journey just keeps you stuck in that sympathetic, that fight and flight phase, because it's never good enough, right? You're always in this, I have to fight this, or I have to run away, right? It's like the anxiety or the depression, right? The hopelessness, right? So the moment you step into your true worth and value, there's this freedom, there's this joy that comes with it, there's a peace that comes with it. And then you do all these things, you're like, yes, it's cherry on the top. So yeah, I really wanted your viewers to understand how beautiful they already are, and the moment they can see it, they radiate it, then suddenly people get to see it too.
Yeah. And you often talk about the power of the heart in managing stress. Is there a technique? You already showed that technique. Is that the technique you just showed us?
That was
Okay.
yes, that was the technique.
Any technique like you can show us during this crazy time beside that technique?
So that particular technique I showed you, the quick coherence method, beautiful, beautiful technique. Want to take it like a medication. Do it 3 times a day. The other thing that I highly encourage people to do when they start practicing is have a gratitude journal. Write down things you're grateful for, right? Grateful for in your life. You're releasing wonderful hormones. The other thing I want people to start to do is affirmations. When you're journaling, affirmations are positive statements you can say about yourself. So you can start to write down, I am enough. I am beautiful. I am valuable, right? Because oftentimes we're just the opposite that's going on in our heads, right? We are so critical of ourselves. We're saying all these things that are hurting ourselves. I often tell people, so when I teach self-compassion practice, I often let people become aware of what they're saying. And when they start to write down all these critical statements that they have been saying to themselves, like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm not pretty. When they read that, when they see that, they realize how much you are bullying yourself. It was anti-bullying day yesterday. And one of the things that I always go is, guys, let's stop bullying ourselves with our negative talk, right? Let's free ourselves from that. Practice self-compassion, right? Anyway, so when you are, I could go on and on about other techniques, Christina. I have like a whole toolbox of techniques. But another thing that I would recommend is start with your gratitude journal. Write down what you're grateful for, and affirmations. Write down, I am enough. I am valuable. I am powerful. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better, right? So write these down. You're literally rewiring your body, and feel it, embody it, step into it. And quick coherence method that we talked about earlier, powerful. And if people want that, I have a YouTube channel as well called Rewiring Minds. So there's more meditations on there. This quick coherence technique is on there, and so many other techniques are actually on there too. So a lot of techniques for people to practice.
So all the you can listen, you can have watch her YouTube on YouTube called Rewiring Mind Technique, correct?
So Rewiring Minds is the channel name. So I often tell people to put quotes. So have a quotation, Rewiring Minds, quote, and you will see the channel. It's my face, so people can recognize. But I'll share the link with you as well, Christina, so you can share it with your viewers. And yes, there are many techniques there. But if they're starting off, just do these 3 things. Start your day with your quick coherence. In the afternoon, take a quick coherence break. In the evening, take a quick coherence break, right? 2 minutes. We can all afford 2 minutes for our self-care. Life doesn't have to be that busy, right? Self-care is not selfish. It's so important to take care of ourselves. Because if we don't, right? Because if we don't, we're pouring out of empty, and we're not being the person we can be. Because the moment we step into our power, we can be the leaders in our home. We can be the leaders in the office space in this world, right? But it all begins with us, self-love and self-care.
Self-love and self-care, I like it.
Yeah.
As you said that, you make me remember something like, actually, this is something I know our mind is very powerful, right? So we, like for instance, I have a client, they come to see me for acne, right? So I always say this to them. They think that I'm crazy, okay? So I told them, every night before you go to bed, you just imagining how beautiful your skin is. Yes. Every night before you go to bed. And then eventually everything will turn the way you want. And some people, they listen to me. Some people look at me, think like, what are you talking about?
Right. Oh my God, Christina. You're actually talking science. And you know how I love bringing science and spirituality together. And whatever you're giving them, it's actually based on science, and your body heals because you're using visualization. So do you know, Christina, so I'm a big fan, like I do a lot of learning, and Dr. Joe Dispenza's work is one of the work that I bring into my practice. And he was in a car accident, broke his spine, and they said he needed a surgery, and he didn't want to do a surgery. And guess what technique he used to heal his spine? It's what
Visual.
it's what you said, Christina. He visualized every day. He used meditation. He visualized his spine getting better, and he healed himself. People said he could not walk, and he walks now. So same with your skin breakout, right? You can totally visualize what you said of healing, because what you're visualizing, when you visualize, energy is sent there, more blood is pumped there, more healing starts to happen, faster healing. So that technique you gave, Christina, it's actually a science-based, proven technique for healing. So I think that was fabulous.
Great, thank you for saying that. So if the viewer listening, so don't think that I'm crazy. I'm not asking you to be crazy.
No.
Just like yes, the mind is very powerful. You know what you think is what happened.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly, right? The mind, body, and spirit, there's a connection. So, you know, sometimes I like to explain it. I don't have a diagram. Oh, maybe I have a diagram here. Let me show you something. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the logo over here? Maybe not.
No, I didn't see anything.
So basically, I'll tell you what it is. Basically, it's a tree, right? So it's a tree shaped like a heart, and the bottom of the tree, the roots, is shaped like a brain. Now, when we are looking at healing, be it healing our skin or healing our physical bodies, this tree roots, right? So think of these tree roots as shaped as a brain, your mind, your brain. Now, if your thoughts, your beliefs, the way you regulate emotions, if it's not healthy, if the roots are not healthy, guess what happens to the tree?
It's not healthy.
False.
Yeah.
Your roots need to be healthy. Exactly. So your tree roots, which is your mind, not your body, sorry, your mind and your brain, if you can change your old limiting beliefs, if you can walk in the powerful being you are, if you can learn ways to forgive yourself, self-compassion, self-love, you are creating really strong roots. Now, the rest of the tree, so you'll see the plants or the leaves and the branches of the tree. The leaves and the branches of the tree, I compare it to our body. So our body, we need to nourish too. So that's our nutrition, right? What are we eating? Are we eating healthy? Our sleep. Don't underestimate sleep. Sleep also causes breakout, because sleep is when these little cells go and eat away all the garbage that is formed, the garbage we create in our mind. So sometimes when we don't sleep properly, we wake up, we're so foggy because our brain cells haven't been cleaned. That all occurs, restoration occurs in sleep. So sleep is so important, right? So think of the trees, branches and the leaves. If the leaves didn't do their photosynthesis and take in oxygen or carbon dioxide and stuff like that, then the tree falls still. So the leaves are important. Your body is important. You got to nourish it. Now, what I say is, the trunk of the tree connects the roots and the body. And guess what our trunk is? What connects the mind and body is your breath. So when I shared that heart mat technique, you also were using your breath, breathing in and out, and using a rhythm. If you just did that and the rhythm, that itself helps you slow down the aging process. Add the emotion and it's acceleration, right? It's exponential anti-aging. So the breath connects your body and your mind. And the last thing was the heart shape of the tree. I wish I could have shown you that picture. It's the heart shape of the tree. And the heart represents our heart, because our heart is a key role player in our intuition, heart's intelligence. It has an intelligence. We also have a field that we radiate. Our emotions are actually conveyed through a field. Just like if I called you on my cell phone, there's a field and the information is relayed on that field, you have a field too. And based on your emotions, that emotion is also getting radiated into a field. So you have responsibility for taking accountability for your emotions, the way you're feeling on the inside. That's why sometimes we go into a room and let's say at office, two people are having an argument, you open the door and you can feel it. You don't even know what happened, but you can feel the energy. That is your heart, right? The message. So you also are radiating something. So when you're under stress, you're radiating that. So this is totally side topic from beauty, but if you're looking at even healthy skin, healthy beauty, or anti-aging, you want to look at the big picture.
Yeah, it relates to everything, right? It's not only
exactly.
like beauty. Yeah.
Right. Beauty isn't just skin, right? Like it's deeper. The skin reacts based on the mind, based on what's happening. Yeah. So that's.
Excuse me. Oh my God. Let me drink some more.
Are you okay? Maybe it's time for a tea break.
I don't know. This morning, wake up, I feel like sneezing. I don't know why. I think it's cold in the morning, and afternoon it getting hot, warm a little bit. That's why how it is. Anyway, so do you have anything to share or speak about this topic? Or if not, we can end from now.
Yeah. So I think I hopefully the viewers did get a lot of value. Those are all great techniques, great for beginners, great for experts as well, right? And like I said, come join me in the meditation. And if they have any questions, they can in person ask me. It's on Zoom and it happens once a month, and I can share the link with you, Christina. They can have it for free. There are some, and I can give them some more tools when they come over for the meditation for free. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. This incredible, amazing information that you're sharing, is very powerful. We all need this at this time.
We do. Yes. We do.
So thank you everyone for watching. And if you would like to access her code of this rewiring mind, so go to www. Can you just tell us how to get your free course for the technique that you're talking about? Or
the free.
Yeah.
Right. So
free gift that like you.
Yes. So you know what, Christina, what I can do is I can send you the link and you can post the link at the bottom. They can definitely go to my website. I have a free course on my website actually, so they can learn more of these techniques. And there is also a book called The Inner Transformation Journal. I'm actually updating it right now, but it's a free journal that they can download if they want to get started with that gratitude practice and things like that. So they can do that. That's on my website, but I'm also going to share with you the link to the meditation that they can join. So they just need to use that link to register so I can send them the Zoom link for the meditation. So I'll send you the links to everything. The website is www.rewiring, so rewiring.com. Oh, sorry, rewiring minds, minds.com. It's 5 p.m. here.
I know.
So my brain is shutting off a little. So yeah, rewiringminds.com is the website. And I'm on Instagram too. So if anyone loves Instagram, it's rewiring_minds.com. You can join me on Facebook as well. But you know what? Like all that information is on the website. When you download the course and you download the journal, you'll have all the connections to the different places you can find me at.
So before they want to access your free course, so you can need to leave your name, email address, and phone number in order to access her free course, correct?
Yes. Okay. So which is also great because I actually every week I send out free tools as well. So it's great if they want to be part of that newsletter too. I can do that. They can be part of a newsletter where they're getting free tools and tips.
Great. Thank you so much, Marcel. And And thank you, everyone, for listening.
You're welcome,
And
Christina. Thank
there will be
you.
more to come tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.